Well, Grant, welcome back to Peterborough United, and it must be a manager thing with Darren Ferguson's come back 3 times. You're back for your second time. Talk us through the last couple of days.
Yeah, been a bit hectic, been a bit mad really. Really pleased to be here. Really excited to be here. Obviously, I was disappointed to hear the news when Darren obviously left. Done a fantastic job every time he's been here, and huge respect for him. But look, it's an opportunity for me now to be back at a football club that I love dearly. I had tremendous time here myself, particularly as a player, and I want to try and do that now as a manager. So it's a right fit for me at this moment in time. My family, we still live in the area. My boys are at the academy. There's a lot of things that sits well for me, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in.
The boys are getting older now. They'll be asking for first team opportunities, won't they?
Yeah, I mean, look, Bailey's 16 now. He's a scholar. He's a scholar next year, so I can keep an eye on him. But look, there's no. I mean, the boy, he's done it himself. He's got to this point himself through the academy and without really any help from me. So I'm really pleased for him. But I'm just like I say, there's a lot of emerging talent coming through the academy. One thing I've missed, to be fair, is seeing everybody on one site. I didn't have that at Hull, or I had a little bit of Doncaster, and just it gives you a real opportunity, a real sense to see a lot of the young players and and include them a lot more in your training. For example, 3 of the 18s trained with us this morning, just because we wanted to make the numbers up. And we didn't want to have a small group. So these are really opportunities for us to use that and maximise that at the training ground.
Yeah, your disguise wasn't great, but you were at Fulham on Wednesday night in the director's box. Important for you to get the opportunity to see the team from afar. What did you make of the performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I thought the boys put a tremendous shift in, and credit to Matty and Simon and Kieran and Charles and people like that who took the team. I like a lot what I've seen. In terms of the endeavour, the attitude, the work rate, the intensity that they played at, distances in the team, the shape at times. These are the basics you need in football, and then you need to add to it. You need to score in your spell, and there was a real good moment in the game when I think it was Reece Brown had a good opportunity from the edge of the box when we had the spell, and that's this league for you. You have to score in that spell. Unfortunately, Fulham scored in our spell, which is obviously a soft penalty in my book when I've seen it back. And then it's always difficult. It's an uphill task against the best team in the league. But I was really pleased. I told the players that this morning. So I was really pleased with what I've seen of a lot of aspects of the game. Obviously, there's areas where I feel as if we can improve, and we'll be looking to do that moving forward.
Obviously, you cut your teeth in management here. 3-4 years ago, you've obviously enjoyed tremendous success at Doncaster and Hull. Do you feel a different manager now?
Yeah, better, much better. I feel a lot more confident in myself. Feeling a lot more at ease in terms of how I go about things. I've definitely grown and learned and developed over the years, and I want to make sure I go and do that here.
And the team you left, Hull, you're on a great run of form. Obviously, you enjoyed tremendous success moving them away from drop zone against all the odds, and your stock was incredibly high. So when the call came from Peterborough, what was it that jumped out at you straight away?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been out of work now for 4 or 5 weeks. I really enjoyed my time at Hull. Can't say anything bad about anybody at that football club, whether it's the previous owners, the new owners. Very, very respectful to me while I was there. The players, give us everything. Staff behind the team, tremendous. So I wish them all the best. Why Peterborough? Again, I felt that it's an opportunity that I feel that I'm much better, and I'm a much better person, a much better manager, I'm a much better coach. That I feel as I can come and make an impact here. If I didn't, I wouldn't have come. This is a place that I live. My family live here. So I want to make sure I do the best for this football club. One thing you can guarantee with me is, the fans can guarantee with me, is that I'll give them absolutely everything to get the results on the football pitch.
Obviously, you've worked with Darragh before. You've got Stuart and Jason as co-owners now. Important, I guess, to build a relationship with them early doors, because ultimately you're reporting to them as much as you are Darragh. Absolutely,
and it's been really nice to meet the both of them. I've met Jason a couple of times, obviously in and around the training ground when I'm there, watching my boys play. But nice to meet Randy. It's 3 really different characters, all of them, and it's probably why they work so well. But it's really nice to meet them, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone. Obviously, and Barry as well, who's still at the football club, and again, when I was first here, had a huge impact on me in terms of helping me grow and develop. Even when I moved on, he kept in touch, so it was good.
It's funny, we spoke to Darren not so long ago, and we were talking about how these last 2.5 years for a football manager has been so many things to deal with, and you consider that you've obviously had cut short campaigns, you've had a COVID season behind closed doors, and like Peterborough, with Hull, you enjoyed tremendous success in getting them promoted. I think first league title in 55 years. When you had that 5 weeks out of the game, did it feel like you had a little bit of a release? Because it must have been so intense for any football manager. I think it goes understated, really. Yeah,
I think I've learned so much over. I mean, when I say learned, I mean I've only been in management 4 or 5 years. I've learned of losing, of a second, of a relegation, of a promotion, of a playoff loss, of COVID, of transfer embargoes, of change of ownership. There's been so much that I've learned, and I think people probably wouldn't, some managers wouldn't see this over 10 to 12 years. And I think this is only going to make me stronger as a person, as a man, and hopefully that I can bring that out to the players to get them to perform.
Yeah, you mentioned in the press conference the importance of your assistant Cliff Byrne, and obviously I know you wanted to bring him here previously when you managed the football club. That conversation, obviously you've worked with him now for the last 3 years. I guess he's an important cog in how you work.
Unbelievably important to how I work. Cliff is honest as the day's long. Very good coach on the football pitch. Real honest with the players in terms of if you're not doing it, he'll let you know. We like to train with intensity. Cliff's a real believer in terms of pushing it all the time, as am I. So the fit's good. We work really well as a team, and he's it's a new challenge for him. It's the first time he's obviously been sacked when we left Hull and lost a job, and sometimes that's hard to deal with. But I'm really pleased when he's here and he's come with me this time, and he's at the training ground still working, preparing for the weekend. So looking forward to that.
I always wonder how it works with the assistant. When you're an assistant with a manager, he must have rang you every single day. Grant, are we going back in, or what's going on? Yeah. I guess for you, it was important for him as well to get the right fit, because
absolutely. I mean, look, the 2 previous jobs I couldn't have brought him any closer to home, to be honest with you. He lives in Scunthorpe, so Doncaster and Hull. So it was about time he travelled. So that was one of the reasons. But joking aside, he's a tremendous guy, Cliff. I actually played him at Scunthorpe many years ago. I think one of the first training session, he had a pop at me, calling me big time because I never tracked a runner, and we went head to head. So ever since that day, we've had a really good relationship on the pitch, off the pitch.
Because you always track runners.
No, well, absolutely, yeah. So it was a little thing that I needed to get better at, but unfortunately it didn't happen too many times.
You look at the squad that you inherited here. You obviously signed Joe Ward, Jack Murray. Obviously, you had it here at the football club as a teammate, etc. And I guess when you look at the core of the group that you have, there's plenty to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I played with Jono here when he was a young boy. A lot of the boys I've tried to sign previously. At previous clubs, without going through them, but there's a lot of the players there I've tried to sign. Harris and Ricky, I know them boys coming through the academy when I was working there, and I really like the group. I think there's a lot of potential. There's a nice blend and a nice balance in it. So it's just about trying to come in and let them see how I work, see if we can get a tune out of them, see if they can go out and perform with a freeness about them and a smile on their face, and on the front foot, and see if we can go and try and pick up some points.
Yeah, because sometimes, particularly when you've got games coming thick and fast, it's easy to get distracted by what's to come, but you've always been look at what's coming next, and that's important.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, you can always have a plan in terms of where you want to go, but sometimes those plans will just be kept in house. But primarily focused now is Saturday's game. I actually said that to the players this morning when I met them. The focus is, and I will get to know them much better over the coming weeks, I'm sure. Games are coming thick and fast, but primary focus for me is Saturday's game.
Strange how football works in itself, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean, look, it so happens to be Hull at home on Saturday, but it's just another game for us, for me anyway. The players will be looking forward to it. This is a game where we feel we have to go and perform to win.